things, our self-talk and the ideas that we think have so much power that sometimes we forget that it's something as simple as saying, "Oh, I'm stupid," when you mess up on something, that has power to it. And so again, there's this element of reframing what we are saying. Although we may have made a mistake, we can say, "Oh, I made a mistake, but I'm learning." So it's reframing those things. Um, the one thing that I wanted to ask as well, Grant, is you touched on therapy, and as we're on this mental health topic, what has therapy shown you in 2023? Because I know you had started going a few months ago, and you were talking about how excited you were. So I'm curious to know, we're 3 months into 2023. What have you learned so far from going to therapy?
Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate you, Kendrick, always being a kind of beacon of life, telling us about better health and everything. So thank you so much for reaching out because I feel like it's one of those things in the Black community. It's not where it needs to be. And I think everyone, if you live in America, everyone needs therapy. So, but to talk about that, what 2023 has taught me in terms of therapy is therapy is not there to fix you, right? And I think that's where people feel like they want to get fixed. It's not, your therapist isn't there to fix you. They're there to give you the tools so you can start rediscovering who you are. I love the analogy. I forgot who said it. It could have been Jordan Peterson or someone, but they were saying how if everyone was like their phone, right? And there's so many apps on their phone, initial apps. Over the time, we get conditioned and get so many apps on our phone, we lose a sense of ourself. And so with therapy, we go through either traumatic experiences, heartbreak, maybe a death in a family, and that builds. And if we don't talk about it, or if we don't deal with that situation or feel the feelings in that moment, it gets suppressed in our like subconscious mind. So one of the things that we're learning through therapy is the therapist is there to give you the tools to help you unpeel that onion, unpeel that layer, and get to know yourself. So I think the reason why I'm so excited about therapy is I want to get to know myself even more. And I think at first when I said it one day, I was like, I love therapy. She's like, you really, I was like, you might rethink that the other day. And there are some stuff now where I'm just like, oh, I get what she's saying now. Because now you got to answer those real questions. Because at the end of the day, you have to look yourself in the mirror and you have to see if you love yourself, if you like the person that you are. And if you do, that's great. You can still do stuff to work on yourself and build up your self esteem and become that greatest version. But if you're not healthy, or if you're not happy, there's work to be done. And so I think a lot of times people see the person that they are once you do unpeel that layer, and it's a completely different person than you thought you were. You have a different vision. Your actions aren't aligning with your thoughts, and now it's just like, okay, I'm an entertainer, but I really don't enjoy entertaining. You you get to unlearn everything that you've been taught over life. I am very certain that, God lives within us, right? Or whoever you believe in, whether it's Allah, whether it's the universe. There is this force inside you where we want so much validation externally, but we do not look internally for all the answers. And that's where, as cliche as it sounds, you know all the answers. Who knows you better than you, right? So when you get the time and you take the time and you invest in the time, I think of therapy as an investment. You get to invest and learn more about yourself. And the more you learn about yourself, the better you can use yourself before somebody else uses you. So that's the way I go into that mindset of like, okay, I'm excited to learn. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. But like, the fact that I believe Dwayne the Rock Johnson was just saying, there's a quote, and he was saying how there's one day and then there's day one. I'll say it again. There's one day and then there's day one. So you don't want to be the person that says one day I'll do it. Just you have to literally own up and just say, okay, let's just do this. It's day one, but it's gonna be better. And then day two is gonna be a little bit better. Then day three. And then once you know it's 365 and we a new person. We're the person that we always knew we could be. So